High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. MasterTheMarkets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hello traders, welcome to live trading workshop. It's Tunapan here, founder of MasterTheMarkets Elite Traders Conference and the Traders Open Day. So there we are today on today's market. So let me just go on to the screens. I'm just going to dive into the live trade intra positions that is actually happening right now as we speak. And we tend to do this every week. We'll go live, and also what we'll also do is we'll get different speakers and partners, solution providers coming on to the workshop as well, all in our mission to give you the truth of trading. Right, so I'm starting off with GBPUSD. So me and my very good friend Gavin Holmes, CEO of Trade Guider, we did a big live trading week for 5 full days about 2 weeks ago. You can find it all on YouTube actually, where we went through this stretch principle. So on our YouTube channel, youtube.com / Master the Market. So there you go, you got that one over there. So over there, what I would encourage you guys to look at is the stretch principle, right? So those are what we're going to be going through today. And for those of you who want to see some of the trades that we caught live, really some great profitable trades that really ran, as well as some losses as well, you can go through the live section over here, and you can see over here the live trading week, day 1 to day 5, right? You can catch it all there. We'll soon put it as a playlist as well. Just bear with us as we get that going. Okay, right. So now let's come back to today's charts over here. So a quick thing, what I will do for today, and then as we go along in the other live trading sessions, we'll go through other strategies. Also, one thing I'll mention also is that we'll be trading live on the IX Trader Show as well. I'll talk to you guys about that in much more detail later on. Right, for now, what we can see is if I start on GBPUSD, then we'll go on to commodities and all indexes and everything. It's on an uptrend, nice bull run, right? So we are on some of these positions on a longer term time frame, which I'll go through in some of our live trading sessions as we go along the week. So do subscribe to our channel and join us. So you can see that over here is uptrend phase 1 over here, right? So that's what we got. But I must say it is quite extended from its swing over here. So there's a potential, a little bit of a pullback. So the OE is a bit low on the daily time frame. And then over here, as you can see on the 4-hour, let me just take a look and correlate that. The cycle correlation and market structure is very important. I think that's what's lacking in the online space, which we have quantified with the tops and bottoms over here with our smart money framework, which you can find out more at 7stepstoctp.com. Now over here, you can see this is an uptrend phase 2, right? On the 4-hour time frame. Yeah. So that's an uptrend phase 2. Okay. Right. So that's why we are seeing a little bit of a pullback on the daily time frame with that seller bar over there happening, right? So that's what we are having over there. I'll show you on TradingView as well very shortly. So you can see that over there happening. And then on the 1-hour time frame though, for today, if you want to take an intraday position, at the moment it's taken out the lower stretch, right? And then it's retracing up a bit. But overall trend on the 1-hour, if you can see, it's still an uptrend, phase 2 at the moment. So correlating with the 4-hour. Now, if we do want to take a long position here, we have to just be aware that the uptrend phase 2 on the lower time frames is going to align itself to the phase 1 towards the upside. Okay, that's what we should be looking at. So we'll see how that comes across. So right, so let me just see. Okay, probably that will be much better because some of you are saying that the mic is not that very clear. Okay, so great. Right, so we got that one there. So that is towards that. But you see, traders, rather than taking a blind long position just based on, it's an uptrend, this phase 2 is going to turn around and become a phase 1. One more thing that we do here, if you are an intraday trader, which we talked about in the live trading week, we will look at, firstly, in strategy construction, we look at concept and objective, right? So we look at range capture, something that keeps recurring. I don't want to talk too much about it because we covered it all on the live trading week. So please do take a look at that when you get some time. But in terms of the range capture, what I would then take a look at, since all of them are aligning towards the uptrend, though, the first thing I would look at, which I'll look at together with you guys, is look at the ATR from yesterday, right? It's 101, yeah? So 80% of that roughly is about 80 pips, isn't it? I don't really need to do that. It's about 100 pips, isn't it? So don't need to do that for that one. So 80 pips is what I'm aiming for. So from the high to the low, how much has it done today? 66, isn't it? Right? So there is still a bit of 14 pips left. Now, what am I actually talking about? So if you take a look over here, so let me put it into perspective. And then those of you who want to go more in depth on this, you can look at the stretch principle under the playlist over here. Okay, that's what you can take a look at. Right. Let me get back into here again. Now, in terms of the 1 hour, so let's take a look and put all this into perspective. So over here, it's got 66. So this is the open price. So open price to the high is done 17. So let me just put 17 here. So most of this is from the stretch principle based on the ORB strategy that got very popularized by the big hedge fund trader Toby Crable, right? So let me just put 17 there to the upside. We'll take a look at a few more instruments. Then you get the hang of it, and then we'll see what other positions are there for today. Then from the open to the low, that's about 48 pips, right? 48. Okay. So I'll put that in red. That's towards the downside. So if you take a look, if you add that up together, so that comes to about 65, isn't it? Not traders, right? So that's about 65. So then I'll put that in white. So the real question is, based on this strategy, if I want to capture the range of the day, right? I want to capture the range of the day, I need to ask myself, where is he in relation to the open, right? In relation to the open, which you can see on the daily time frame here, in relation to the open, where is the smaller range from the open going to form, right? If you look, and this is what we call the stretch, right? Or in other words, nearest extreme to the open, like in a matrix. And then the other one is the BRO, the bigger range from the open. So as intraday traders, we want to capture the bigger range from the open. Yeah. So that's what I'm taking a look at on the 1 hour time frame. If you take a look, right? So over here, that daily time frame, that one bar is split into all these 15, 16 bars, isn't it? Right? So over here, if you summarize that, so it looks something like this, isn't it? Right? That's the highest point, which you're seeing on the daily time frame over here, right? And then after that, all the way to the low. That's what it's doing. Okay. Now, then if we put that all together, you can see that at the moment, that is 17 pips over here to the top side, and then 48 to the bottom. So altogether, it's done 65. Remember that we calculated 80% of the ATR, one ATR was 80 pips. So the real question now is what you got to ask yourself in all your analysis is that where is the bigger range from the open going to form? The first clue is that it's taken out today the lower stretch, right? And it's already formed 48. Okay. Now, if it does resume towards its downside when you get the signal, then what we are looking for is actually another 15 pips from the bottom to make up your 80. Is it not, right? Now, if it doesn't do that, right, and if it does go towards the upside, now take a look at this, right? So it's 48 and then 17. Now, to make 80 to the upside, it needs to do 15 more pips after this. So altogether, then what will you get? 15 plus 17, you get 32 and 48, right? So that's kind of an outlier scenario where you're getting, so let me draw that, right? So what you got then, so if I were to draw that for you, if it went to the upside, so that's your open there. If it went to the upside today, then what we are really having is 32 pips here, and then it will keep its 48 if we say this is the bottom, right, for today, to make its range of 80. So there are only two scenarios here, isn't it? One is it will do its, so you're looking to make your trade based on the upside, but you're really capturing the nearest extreme from the open, the stretch, which we usually don't want to in this strategy. That's scenario one if it goes to the upside. Or scenario two, if it does go to the downside today for forming the range, remember the objective is towards forming the range, then what we are really looking for is this remaining here. Now the bottom will confirm, as you can see by our formulas here. Then the 17 would remain, and then what we will then get, traders, is towards the downside that forming to form another 15 from there, isn't it? So that will be 63, right? 63 to the bottom. Okay, so is it going to be scenario 1 or 2? So that's what we got to do. But remember, the objective is towards the range capture for the day for this bar that is forming on the daily. So this kind of trading is very logical because the range has got to form, right? Because if you take a look, every single day it is forming the range. Okay, understand that? Good. So in terms of today, where is the probability? So the probability, I would say, is more towards the downside, but the only caution is that it's against the trend, isn't it, right, of all the 3 time frames. So what we would do is, rather than jumping onto this and shorting it at the moment, right? So firstly, whatever position that we take, if we do get an entry signal, we will reduce our risk because it's going against the trend firstly. And also it's not our real favorable setup. Okay. Now, another thing, what you can also do to position yourself for the short position. So what you can then do is you can wait. You see, it's downtrend on the 15-minute, right? So wait for this, right? Upward move to slow down and then come back down and then the top to confirm, right? By the SMI. That's why I'm telling you the market structure is very important in real time to trade with conviction. Okay. So this is what we would do. So, so we will wait for it to form the top and then phase one, downtrend phase one, and then to take towards the range capture. So that's why I would say the higher probability today would be towards the downside if you do want to take that kind of setups, but then reduce the risk because it's against the trend. Or some of you might say that, this is not my kind of setup, I don't want to trade it, and you can just take a step back, right? Usually we would take the setups towards the downside, but at a much more lower risk. And that's what we would take a look at. So that's on the GBP USD. So now that I've given you a good kind of a review on that, we can brush through the rest, right? So I will take a look at also, let's take a look at the dollar a little bit, dollar Swiss. So this is very much gone towards the upside today. So if you guys were trading that, let's see if there was a possibility to capture it. That was towards the downside today. So this was actually against it. It didn't really have a pullback as well. So probably very hard to capture that particular trade. And it's already made its range as of now. So if you take a look, the range already is 82, right? If you guys are trading the US session as of now, and 80% of yesterday was 56. So it's already done its range. So we really can't look at that. Euro dollar, it's looking like a viable setup at the moment. So let me just take a look. And so yesterday's range, 80% of 67, about 48.56, right? So this one is still 33. So it hasn't done its range yet. So this is a potential setup. We can look. This is perfect. This is also uptrend as well. Also aligning, right? That's why market structure is important. Remember, those of you guys want to understand about market structure and all of that, you can go on to 7 steps to CTP. So 7 steps to CTP.com. I highly recommend you guys watching this, right? A lot of years of collated research we put together to put this together. So definitely watch those ones. Really help you in any strategy that you're doing. Coming back to here, so this is very well. So this one is towards the uptrend phase 1, right? Took out the upper stretch as well, right? So that's very good, right? And then one more thing that we also taught in the live trading week also, I'll usually align the volume as well. So I'll take a look quickly at the volume, which is done by Trade Guide, the team over there, which we always do webinars with them very regularly. In fact, today's paid subscriber event later on today evening, also Gavin will be joining me as well from Trade Guide. So if I want to take a look at euro dollar here, so over here on euro dollar, let me just hide the rest. I did that as I did the interview with Tom Bass, so you guys should definitely check it out. If I go on to the 1 hour here, and then what I want to do, right? So what I want to do over here, I just want to put the volume stuff on top, and then you guys will see this is perfect setup today. Look at that, right? So it's a green dot as well by the VSA light, by the Trade Guider team, right? And then on top of that, if you want to put the relative volume there as well, invite only, let me put the relative volume there. Then we can take a look also. Very good support as well by the volume over here against the relative volume here, which is showing some buying pressure coming up. Not really very strong volume signals, but still it's factored by 3 factors what we got over here, right? So all are uptrend across all different time frames. VSA light also pointing towards the upside. So I'll say euro dollar is a very, very good trade. What I'll be looking for, really very good kind of a setup that we usually look for, right? Which you can already see. So the way what we would do is with this kind of setup is that so the entry usually would be when the confirmation happened over here after the retracement, right, on the close. And I'll tell you where the stop loss and the target will go. So this is a live example here. So these are the things that I'll be doing on Friday as well, live in real time on the IX show, right? Stop loss will go for here, right? When our potential stretch we will be looking at. And then finally, our target, as I said, would be towards this, right? So 80%, so 0.8 times 67, right? 0.8 times 67 is what I'll be looking for, 53.6, right? So 53.6 from the low, so the low for today. So the low actually is there. Let me just do it from here. It's easier. So the low would be 11174. So 11174 plus the what we talked about, right? 53, isn't it? Plus 53. 11227. Okay. 11227 is what I'll be looking for. So that's what I would do here. I'll put that as green. And 1.122, 1.1227, 1.1227. Okay. 1.1227. Okay, great. So there you go. So that's our target over there. Let me just do that one more time. I think there you go. So there we have it, right? So that's what the trade would look like. Entry on here when the bottom got confirmed, and then towards a target of 1.227, which is based on range capture. This fits perfectly with what I told you just now, where you see, if you take a look, right, so the open was here, right, where the blue line is, where you got stretch indicator. Then on the low side over here, we got, that's the lowest point, very tiny neo or stretch, right? Perfect. And then we got the BRO now forming to the upside, and I'm expecting that to form and then complete its range of 80% ATR. Okay, so if I were to put that into perspective, the stretch is only, look at that, right? So it's only 3 pips as of here. So let me do that to the downside here. Right, and then now to the upside, what is the current thing it's doing? 35, isn't it? Right? So 35 is what it's doing at the moment towards the upside. And then towards the range, which will be 53 for today, isn't it? So this is all in alignment, also in alignment with your trend as well. Okay, so that's great. So this is one way of trading towards the range capture. There's another way of trading towards open equity distance. I will talk about that on our next session. I'll do one last one. Maybe we can take a look at, let's see if Brent is aligning. We're having an uptrend, lower stretch broken. So let me take a look on the daily as well. That's towards the uptrend towards, I think it's already formed this range for today. So this one again, you can do the same thing. $1.84 is our ATR. So I'm reading from here. So put on the cursor of yesterday's bar. So if I did that, 184, right? So 0.8 times 184. That's $1.47, isn't it? What has it done? Yeah, it's done its range. If you read, this is what designed by one of our clients as well. So 171, so $1.47 already. So it's done its range. So can't really look at that. Let me take a look at gold. So this can be applied to anything, right? Because of the principles. The principles are quite strong. Okay, this is a good setup. What we are seeing, it's upper stretch, broken, retrace, now coming back in again. Perfect. So this is something that we'll look into. I'll quickly take a look at the correlation of the trend across the different time frames. That's good as well. It's an uptrend phase one. Open equity is diminishing, but it looks like the trend is all correlating on the lower time frames. Again, traders, the same thing, right? I hope you're getting the hang of it. So I will do the same thing again. So yesterday's range was $34.74. So 0.8 times 34.74. I'll take a look at volume very soon. So 27.79. So 27.79, but look at the range, so small, $19 only is done. So that's what I would do. So now, how would the trade look like? It's something like this. So on the close of this bar, right? If you want earlier entries and all of that, please take a look at Live Trading Week. You can definitely take a look at that. And over here, on the, that's the stop loss over there on the low, and there's ways to trail stop loss as well. We talked about it in Live Trading Week. Take a look at them. And then in terms of the target, as I said, right, it's very logical. And a lot of clients have told us this as well when they came to our one-to-one sessions and then signed up to all our mentorship programs. It's so logical. No one teaches like that as well. The market structure is very clear. So finally, on the low side, if I take 2651.44, right? So 2651.44 plus the range, right? So plus 27.79, 80%, isn't it? 27.79. So there we go. 2679.23 is what we are looking at. So 2679.23. There we go, traders. So that's our other trade on gold. So far, what have we taken a look at? So we got gold, we got a long position, which I'm taking a look. What I will do also, I'll see if I got some time today, and I'll post this on our Master the Markets channel here, on Master the Markets 2010, and you can see how the trade looked like later on as well. Okay, so we can take a look at that. So that's what we got, right? So we had gold, we taken towards a long, right? And euro dollar also towards a long, and then GBP USD we're looking at a short, but at a lower risk only when the trade actually aligns itself, okay, with the lower time frame. So these are the three positions I'm taking a look at with the entry, stop loss, and target, as I mentioned. You can always position yourself. Usually after the US session, you can start to look at it, or if you want to start earlier, you can as well. Leave that up to you guys, and you can talk to us or the trader coaches for in-depth rule set as well. So yeah, I mean, you can also book a one-to-one session. I think all the description will be there under the YouTube description if you want to discuss further about all of these things and how you can get involved with us. These are the three positions that I would say. Take a look. Euro dollar. There's a bit of retracement. That's all fine. You don't need to get worried about that. And then on the GBP/USD, there's a bit of selling going on there as well. But until we get the confirmation, we won't take a short. So that's what I would say on for this live trading session. So in summary, what did we take a look at? We looked at the stretch principle towards a range capture, right? And then we saw how we would position that. What are the positions, potential trade setups for today? And then what we can then see is that we looked at the three positions of GBP/USD and the euro dollar for a long and a gold for a long as well. So those are the ones. Also, we got some um, uh, bigger, longer positions running as well, as you can see over here, which is just a little bit above 1,500. This has been going on for many days in terms of our traders challenge as well. So we take a lot of end of day position trades as well. So this has been going on since 16th of September and 13th of September on the DAX as well, right? We risk managed accordingly over here too as well, right? So if you take a look at even on Aussie dollar over here, I'll show you. It's a really great run that we have captured over there. We're currently up about 4% on that one. Just only one strategy end of day. And we're adding more instruments onto it as well. It's been a bit slow this year, actually, to be honest, I must say, on the markets. Aussie dollar, you can see. So this is where we actually entered the position, right? So we are riding it all the way till now. Because, traders, we have mapped out all the different things, right? So the three main things, what we usually talk about, which we got very famous for, very popular, and were invited to now the Society of Technical Analysis to come and write their trading programs. We kind of really put a really strong market structure to finding out how much move is left, which is OE, how much it moves against us, MAE, and the time too as well. How long does it take to get there? Okay. Right. I guess that's enough for today, just as an overview. On the next few ones, then we'll go through different things and we will be getting different partners to interview as well and show their kind of trading style. To finish off, I would say one thing that you can definitely do is 7 Steps to CTP. Please do watch that. I can't reiterate enough. You will really learn a lot. It will turbocharge your whole strategy performance, right? Name, email, number, and then you will get the whole 7 videos. How will the whole 7 videos look like? Let me see if I can pull that out. I probably might not have it over here on this bookmarks maybe, but yeah, but once you go and put your name, email, and number, you can get the 7 videos. You can watch that at your own free time. And the other thing I would say is, if you guys are based in UK or London, if you want to come over, come to the IX Trader Show, right? So it's happening on this Friday, right? And I will be presenting after Lee on the 10:30 a.m. on the live trading floor. Okay, so that'd be good. Some of our members and clients are all coming to watch us trade over there on that as well. Those are the two things I would mention. The other thing is our YouTube channel. You can join that, youtube.com/master Markets, as I mentioned. Over there's so many great people we have interviewed on live trading workshop as well. And also we'll be doing this a bit regularly every week as well. So watch out for that, subscribe to it, and then you can get notifications. Also, another thing what you can do when you subscribe is you can hit on the all bell icon so that you get notified every time we go live. Okay. Right, traders. I guess that's pretty much that from me on this live trading session. And if you guys have any questions at all, you can always email us as well at clientservice@masterthemarkets.net or book a one-to-one with one of our trader coaches. Right, great. I guess that's all for now, traders. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.